Opening game round 2, the Lakers found a way to play their best as they staged a full-court jam session against the out-of-tune Jazz, while Utah can muster only 8 points in the first quarter, the worst output in playoff history. There wasn't much that was not clicking for the Lakers.
He brings it down back to Cooper. Three-pointer.
The Lakers' impressive start had Utah beating an early retreat, as Los Angeles seemed all but invincible.
We let them get into a running game, and they're a good team. That's tough to catch them once they're ahead of you.
And when people come to me and they say, hey, you can do it, I go, you want to bet?
But Layden's apparent surrender was just an act, and in game 2, the comedy stopped.
Smiling faces sometimes pretend to be your friend. Smiling faces show no traces of the evil that lurks within. Smiling.
That was a unique situation that happened. They peaked at the right moment. I think they were playing the best basketball in the whole league at that point.
Smiling faces tell lies, and I got proof.
Beware of the hands. The Jazz grin and bury you attitude evened the series, and suddenly their chances were no longer a joke. Instead, they were a nightmarish reality. Inauspiciously, Game 3 was played on Friday the 13th, and while the Lakers were not superstitious, they could not help but shudder at the thought of falling behind 2-1 for the first time since their 1986 elimination by Houston. The haunting memory of Ralph Sampson's fateful fall away, which had motivated LA's back-to-back quest, hung heavy in the Salt Palace as a new nightmare seemed to be unfolding. Mark Eaton terrorized the Lakers on defense, while John Stockton and Karl Malone marshaled the Jazz attack. It was now clear that the Utah threat was very much a reality. And although the Lakers countered with the lethal bombs of Byron Scott, this battle was won in the trenches, where it was up to Los Angeles to find the message.
The Lakers have been, I guess you could say, labeled with us being really a finesse team and not a physical team. They don't like the bang. A lot of times I have to get my teammates going in that direction, as well as some of the other big guys. You know, we have to take it upon ourselves to, you know, set the tone for the game for our own teammates.
AC set the tone for Game 4, returning to the starting lineup. But to win this one, all the veterans would need to put on their game faces. Worthy exploded for 29. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, after a poor Game 3, poured in 21, proving to the people at the Salt Palace that the captain was back. The Jazz kept it close until the fourth quarter, when Magic appeared and drove home the 113-100 victory. The pivotal fifth game was at the Forum, where both squads knew a victory would put them in very good shape. Going into the final minute, the Lakers had the ball in a 1-point lead, when suddenly nothing was guaranteed. The mailman rang 2 home, and the Jazz led by 1. Then it was Worthy's turn to deliver, and the chase was on. The Jazz called for Thurl to bail them out, and he answered. Then with 12 seconds to go, the Lakers looked to Michael Cooper, who surprisingly had never hit a game-winning shot from the field. But history and the score were about to change. The Lakers are out of timeout. No timeout left. The ball to Magic. Dribble drive. Down the middle. Out to Coop. 18-footer.
I've never been put in situations like that before as far as having to shoot the last shot from the field. I've done it on several occasions as far as a free throw line or made a pass to someone to score, but never been able to put it in myself. And for my teammates to look for me in that crucial situation like that is very gratifying.
But the celebration was short-lived, for when the series returned to Utah, the Jazz came to life and handed the Lakers one of their worst playoff defeats ever. The Lakers had allowed the Jazz to tie the series, but no one had to tell the Lakers that the deciding game still remained.
Everybody was in the locker room earlier than usual. Everybody seemed to be real focused on that game. There was no talking, no laughing, no playing around the locker room.
He realizes that it's a one-game series. And if you don't take care of business on that particular day, then you're on vacation for the rest of the year.
You have to win it in order to advance. It's as simple as that. You just take that attitude and deal with it.
When you corner or put a great team's backs against the wall, they respond. Because for both of these ball clubs, there's no tomorrow if you lose.
Bounce the ball. Worthy steals it. Worthy going to go the distance for the slam dunk. Oh, that should be a takedown.
It was clear early that the Meek would not inherit this game as both teams were ready to slug it out. In the early going, Scott was hot, and the break was smoking.
Magic front court. Magic over to Scott. If he makes his three, look out. Magic blows out of the back court. Three pass to Worthy. He's underneath to Scott. Score. The ball down the middle of Hanson. 4 on the clock. Shot blocked by Magic. To Worthy. To Scott. 4-on-1.
And by midway through the fourth quarter, the Lakers had put the Jazz away and had moved one step closer to making good on Pat Riley's guarantee.
5 seconds left. Holding it up. 2, 1. The Lakers advance.